Okay, one final reminder, if anyone desires to address the council during the citizen input, there is a list. So you can make sure you sign up, and they'll be happy to give you 3 minutes to address the council. Thank you. 6 o'clock.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is the regular meeting of Bella Vista City Council, December 15, 2025. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Council members. Newport. Here. Wilms.
Yes.
Isbell.
Here.
Hanchel.
Here.
Hart.
Here.
Hughes. Here.
Thank you for that. Next item is citizen input. Per the rules, there's a 3-minute per person time limit to address the council on any topic of that person's choosing. The first person on the list is Matthew Sanders of 7 Nantwich Circle.
Good evening, council members, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to start off tonight by reading a verse from the Bible. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For to us a child is born, to us a child is given, and the government will be on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Make no mistake, he is the reason for the season. And I'd like to invite anyone who's listening today and at home to come worship and celebrate the birth of Christ at Grace Point Christian Church in Bentonville. We're going to have 2 services on Christmas Eve, the first service being at 1:30 p.m. and the second service at 3 p.m. All are welcome, and come as you are. With that, I have lots of thanks to say. We're at the end of the year. I work with a lot of different nonprofits, and a lot of them need recognition. So here we go. Trails. We have the Bella Vista Trail Gnomes. They are a bunch of volunteers who work effortlessly to maintain our trails in Bella Vista. Over 110 miles. They use their own time, money, and resources to do such. There are so many to thank. I can't thank them all individually, but thank you for all of those trail advocates. Our Bella Vista Courtesy Band. We had our end of year celebration this weekend, And we had one of the mothers, or excuse me, one of the daughters of the ladies that we drive, give an amazing testimony about how we were able to increase her independence. So Bella Vista Courtesy Van offers, we've been around for over 30 years, fully nonprofit, and we help our seniors and vulnerable community to get to their doctor's appointments. The Bella Vista Litter Patrol, lots of my neighbors are part of this. We walk around on a daily basis. We usually carry a plastic bag from Walmart, and we just pick up all the construction debris and all the trash that's on the streets. And so shout out to whoever put the amazing new art piece at the end of 71 and 49 that says natural. CVMA, the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association, has a motto that says vets helping vets. This summer, we were maintaining multiple disabled vets who can't maintain their own yards. My lawnmower broke, and shout out to Ryan at Lowe's of Bentonville because he stood up and was able to get us a new lawnmower. The Patriot Guard Riders is a nonprofit that we go and stand up for all of our veterans who are being laid to rest and first responders, and our motto is standing for those who stood for us. NICA, we don't need an introduction to them. They're amazing, and I can't wait for next year because I get to actually do it with my son. Sheepdog Impact Assistance, the Dirt Therapy Project, and near and dear, last but not least, is Cooper Elementary. Our teachers, faculty, staff, and bus drivers are amazing. Thank you, City, for also giving us a resource officer so that our parents and children can know that they're safe. So, Bella Vista, the last thing I want to say is Bella Vista is a wonderful place to live, play, and experience life.
Thank you. The next speaker is Natalie Tibbs of 2 Corner Lane in Rogers.
Yes, good evening, City Council members and Mayor Flynn. I look forward to having you for a tour soon and hope that other members might be able to attend. I'm thankful for another opportunity to share a little bit more about the Children and Family Advocacy Center. So recently, a 17-year-old girl from Bella Vista was sexually abused by her own biological father. She was scared, confused, and hurt. Someone she trusted betrayed her trust. Someone who should have protected her hurt her. This teenager was referred to the Children and Family Advocacy Center by one of our local investigative agencies. Instead of facing a maze of agencies and having to retell her trauma over and over again, she was met with a single, safe place where law enforcement, child protective services, prosecuting attorneys, advocates, interviewers, medical professionals, and counselors work together at one location. She received a trauma-informed response that protected her dignity and began her healing. This response prioritized her well-being while ensuring the evidence was preserved for a complete and professional investigation. All of this possible because this community has a child advocacy center. And as you know, our center is facing significant challenges to our services with unexpected federal grant cuts that have reduced our funding by $600,000 for next year and beyond. This didn't create an immediate crisis because we've been fiscally responsible through the years, but it does mean we must act now in order to protect the future services that safeguard our children. Rather than relying on the uncertainty of federal funding, we're looking to our own community for solutions, and we believe that Bella Vista can help lead that way. This year alone, we will serve over 900 children and 1,800 of their family members. And that's just through our acute response to child abuse. Beyond that, we will reach over 18,000 people just here in our own community through education and prevention efforts. This includes professionals such as teachers, law enforcement officers, and other community members directly involved with our children. These numbers aren't just statistics. They represent lives changed, futures protected, and cycles of abuse broken. If alternative funding isn't identified, we will be forced to greatly reduce or even cut critical services. That's not a future any of us should want. Our hope is that Bella Vista will join the Benton County Quorum Court in pioneering a new way for communities to partner in the protection and healing of children. Discussions are underway in several neighboring cities. However, securing initial commitments is essential to spark that ripple effect. Together, we can ensure that every child who needs help finds it right here, close to home. Approving this support isn't just a vote. It's a statement that Bella Vista stands for its children. Thank you.
Thank you. It's now time for council reply. If anyone would like to comment. Wendy?
Maddie, just thank you for coming and reminding us why we're all here. And when days are dark, it's so nice to hear about all the good and all the light that we can have as a community, and it makes it way more important. Thank you.
Anna?
I just want to echo that thank you. You named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of our amazing nonprofits here in Bella Vista, and that's just 8 of many. And we just have a really great community, and thanks for being part of it.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the financial report. We have the report for the 9 months through October 31, 2025. And on the revenue side, operating revenue is up 11% over last year. County sales tax was up 3.2%. City sales tax was up 13%. I might mention the property tax now that we're through October. I think it might be a more reliable number. The property tax revenue is up 19% over the prior year at this point. On the operating expense side, we're $952,000 below budget. So the revenue is $1.9 million over budget. The expense is $952,000 under. So we're actually $2.9 million ahead of budget through 10 months. So that's a good feeling. And since it was subject to some discussion the other day on the balance sheet side, the unassigned fund balance as of the end of October is $11.4 million. So it seems like a pretty solid report at this point of the year. We usually do come back to earth a little bit in December because of the paying all the holiday pay for all the fire and police. But being that far ahead on the budget at this point seems like a pretty good situation. Next item is I'd like to entertain a motion to suspend the rules of order and procedure to allow all ordinances on the agenda to be read by title only.
So moved. Second.
That was Mr. Wilms and Mr. Hart. Roll call vote.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
and Hart,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
A motion carried. Thank you for that. I also have a second motion to suspend the rules and to have item P take place right after before item G, right after item F. And Cheryl Schluterman is here from Little Rock, and we'd like to give her an opportunity to speak a little earlier on. So is there a motion to approve that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
That was Anna and Larry Wilms. Roll call vote on the motion to suspend the rules.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Thank you for that. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Second. That was Mr. Wilms and Travis Hart. Roll call vote.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. So the next item we'll go to is item P, which was authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into contracts with Stevens Inc. and Cruz and Associates for bond underwriting services for the city related to the 2026 sales tax bond issue. And I'd like to call Cheryl Schluterman up to just speak briefly on the topic.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for moving it up. I did not request that, but the mayor was kind enough to offer it and I accepted, so thank you for that. So just to give you a reminder of what we did a while back, this summer we passed an election ordinance. In November, the citizens voted on the sales tax bond initiative to both extend the tax and refund 2 of the outstanding bond issues, which basically means refinancing, and issue new money. So tonight is the next step, which is to hire underwriters. So I am your municipal advisor, Raymond James, and what we do is we help, we meet several times a year, probably a dozen times a year with the mayor and Kim to go over the financials and review what is coming up and what is needed for the city for various projects. And we work with bond counsel and we basically help structure how you're going to do that, what you can afford, the best way to go about financing the projects. And then we help you, as one of the items as part of our agreement, is we help you RFP for various services related to the bond issue and hire the underwriters. And we will do the same for trustee for the bond issue as well. So tonight, the resolution that the attorney put together is to hire the underwriters. We sent out an RFP that was in the paper on November 30th. And today at 10 a.m., those were due to us and to Kim. And if you recall back, well, let me back up a second. So what an underwriter does is they actually will market the bonds and sell the bonds for you. They have an element of risk because if they don't sell, we would ask them to underwrite those and take them in-house. And so that's their job. I help them navigate that, help them come up with what the pricing structure will be, and basically, hold them accountable as part of my job. And so Cruz and Associates and Stevens Inc. both submitted a joint proposal, and they did that back in when we issued the bonds for Series 2020, those sales tax bonds. And so they were hired by the council at that time to issue those bonds, and both of their desks worked together to accomplish that. So the recommendation is to hire them again. They submitted a proposal, the fees being similar to what they had submitted before. And to give you an idea of what we are suggesting based on the needs of the city at this time is to issue pretty much all of the debt, approximately $25.5 million of that, which part of that is the refunding piece, and then the other part is the new money, except for approximately $5.4 million. That portion will be issued in 2 to 3 years. The reason being is that the pumper fire truck takes almost 3 years to be delivered. So there is a requirement that if you issue tax exempt bonds, you're supposed to spend that money within 3 years. So clearly we would have a little bit of an issue doing that. So we are going to, and then the fire station, that's the other part, the new fire station. That will take some time to spend that money considering the other projects that are going on at this time. So we would bring that back to you in 2 to 3 years to do a new bond issue for that piece. So tonight you're hiring the underwriters. We will come back to you again, unless the mayor wants us to come prior to this, sometime in February. And we're going to get a calendar. I'm going to discuss with the underwriters and bond counsel and finalize the calendar, but around mid-February, we will sell the bonds and then come to you that evening to basically approve what we've sold that day. And so the mayor will be involved in all that, and we'll keep him apprised. We'll keep you apprised of what the interest rates are. They're pretty favorable right now, so hopefully by the time we do issue bonds, they'll be favorable then as well. So, but that's the tentative plan. I'm happy to take any questions.
So moved.
Second. That was Mr. Wilms and Mr. Hart. Roll call vote.
Motion was to approve the resolution.
Yes.
Councilmembers Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Thank you for that. Next matter is unfinished business ordinance amending the Bella Vista zoning ordinance and map to rezone property described in rezoning petition number 2025-59940, county parcel number 16-43269-000 from RE residential estate district to C1 neighborhood commercial. This is the third and final reading. And I don't know what the council's temperature is, but it's a good idea to have even if you think you're going to be against it, to have a motion and second, and then go ahead and vote.
Motion to approve?
Second.
That was Wendy Hughes and Anna Isbell. Roll call vote.
Councilmembers Newport,
No.
Wilms,
No.
Isbell,
No.
Hanschel,
No.
Hart,
No.
and Hughes.
No.
Motion failed 0-6. Next one is resolution establishing salaries for mayor, city council members, and city clerk to begin January 1, 2026. This was tabled from November to December. Any discussion or a motion?
In the packet, there is a substitute resolution that there will need to be a motion to amend to proceed with that version if that's the desire. So a member would need to move to amend in a second and a vote and then a final vote on the final proposal.
Okay. Travis?
Is this, the one I have still says Flynn's amendment, is that the one you're talking about?
Just one moment.
I don't think any other amendments needed.
It was a substitute, and I'm trying to pull it up.
In our notes
Yes,
on the side.
yes, it says Flynn amendment to resolution, and it looks like its own resolution. That is the amendment, yes.
So we don't have the resolution Councilmember Hughes submitted, or is this?
We have, she can offer an amendment, and I've got paper copies of amendments, but I think it was the same thing.
It was the same thing. I think it's replaced my amendment with his.
Well, keep in mind, nothing's been amended until someone moves to amend it, and there's a second. So, but what you have in the proposal is the mayor's requested amendment, I guess you would say. And perhaps
so it's what Wendy brought up, correct?
Correct, it is my suggestion, and the amendment I did not remove from the table, but yes.
Okay.
So the amendment does what, Attorney Kelly?
It increases the mayor's salary by 3% and the city council members by 3% and the clerk by 7%.
Okay.
Yeah,
What I understood.
is that what you thought?
Yeah.
Okay.
My confusion is just why did we replace Councilmember Hughes' amendment with this one?
There's been nothing replaced because nothing's been amended yet. So she can move to amend anything she wants at this
I
point.
never withdrew my amendment when we had it at the last council meeting, so that's fine.
My motion to approve.
So that will be out of order because there needs to be a motion to amend the proposal to read as presented
Yeah.
in the packet
Motion to amend
to
per
what's in the packet,
for the packet.
which is the document entitled Flynn Amendment, which actually is also what
Which is the
Ms.
three-
Hughes also desired to do.
Yeah.
Second.
So that was Mr. Wilms and Anna Isbell. Roll call vote.
Councilmembers Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
No.
Hughes,
Yes.
So motion carried 5-1. And that was the motion to amend, so now we need a vote to approve it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Was Mr. Wilms and Anna Isbell. Roll call vote.
Council members Isbell, Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Harp,
No.
Hughes,
No.
Motion carried 4-2. Okay, next matter is new business, resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a contract with PLP and Equipment Share Company pursuant to a Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Agreement for the purchase of one new case backhoe in the amount of $128,350 for use by the street department. Is there any discussion? Larry Wells?
In looking at the price, it doesn't look like the price has gone up in the last 3 years. Is that true?
Karen, maybe you can address that.
We're,
It was on.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, turn it again. Okay.
we're doing a trade-in on this one, so the price
So
is,
it's a little adjustment.
yes, we're replacing a 2012 that we currently have on fleet. We're using that as a trade-in towards this one to reduce that bottom line cost.
So this is the net cost after the trade-in.
This is the cost after the trade-ins,
Yeah.
accounting for.
Motion to approve.
Second.
That was Wendy Hughes and Larry Wells. Motion to approve. Roll call vote.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Harp,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Next one's a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a contract with Siddons Martin via the HGAC Cooperative Purchasing Program in the total amount of $1,243,431 for the purchase of one Pierce Custom Saber FR pumper truck for use by the fire department. And this was one of the items that was going to be covered by the new bond.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It was Travis Harp and Wendy Hughes. Motion to approve. Roll call vote.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Yes.
Hanschel, Harp,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Thank you for that. Next one is a resolution amending the 2025 city budget in the amount of $230,000 regarding fire station number 1 capital budget. And this, I was going to say, this is something we discussed at the work session, that the construction costs at construction that moved along, and basically for the year was $230,000 more than the fire chief guessed it was going to be early in the year.
Motion to approve.
Second.
That was Wendy Hughes and Travis Harp. Roll call vote on the motion to approve.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Harp,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Next one is a resolution amending the 2025 city budget to appropriate eligible fire impact fees to reimburse costs associated with capacity expansion of fire station number 1 in an amount of $1,048,000.
Move to approve.
Second.
That was Larry Wilms and Wendy Hughes. Travis?
I would like some explanation about this, just to reiterate what we talked about in the work session, just really quickly, if we could, please.
Okay. This was expenses we had that were not covered by the earlier bond, the revenue bond. And it was possible to use impact fees even though the expenses are historical. And so as a matter of, to enhance our cash flow, as we're waiting for the bond, the closing, Cheryl didn't get completely in the timeline, but the closing looks like it's going to be more like late March. So this was when Kim Hall realized that we could recoup these funds from the impact fees. She thought it might be prudent to do that for cash flow reasons. That was the idea of it. Larry?
I'm assuming that the expenditure occurred in this current fiscal year?
No.
No, prior fiscal year?
Yes.
And that's okay,
Yes.
that we can approve it retroactively?
Yes.
Anyone else? Okay, we had a motion and a second, so I think we can proceed to roll call vote to approve.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. The next one is a resolution adopting a city budget for the city of Bella Vista for the calendar year 2026, appropriating money for each item of expenditure and for other purposes. And Kim Hall created a final version of the budget, which is pretty much what we had before. And I don't know if there's any more discussion. You want to go ahead and do a vote?
Motion to approve.
Second.
That was Shane Newport and Travis Hart for motion to approve the city budget. Roll call vote.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Thank you for that. Next one's a resolution requesting city staff explore options regarding city assistance to the Children and Families Advocacy Center, including requesting financial statements or any other research from the organization to assist the council in decision-making regarding the matter. Before we discuss, I think we sent some documents that we had to different folks, and I had spoken to Natalie Tibbs, and you might have noticed in that one cover letter, I'm going to go over there and meet with them at 2 p.m. Wednesday, and she does welcome any council members who could make it. So if somebody is inclined to come, you can let us know. Feel free to come, or maybe you could, speak there some other time or make other. I realize a lot of you are working at that time. So, but anyway, that's the status of it. And she was very open about sending financial statements, which I thought were helpful. And so that's where we stand at this time. Larry?
Question for the attorney. Attorney Kelly, is it possible that a public entity like a city can expend money for a nonprofit such as this? Is that a legal expense under Arkansas law?
There are constitutional prohibitions on city governments and county governments from basically donating to private charities. So that prompts the question, well, the county's done something, what's going on? So what you can do is you can contract for services for the citizens. And so just having been a prosecutor years ago and knowing about what the CAC has done in the law enforcement aspect in terms of their assistance in investigation of child abuse and those sorts of cases, horrible cases. They have worked very closely with the Benton County Prosecutor's Office. I think they've actually had on-site prosecutors at one point in time. I don't know if they still do that. But there's been an association between the county and the CAC for a number of years. I assume they have some sort of agreement in place, if it's nothing else than for the office space and things like that. So that would more than cover their ability to handle funding as a part of the consideration of that contract. We have no such contract at the City of Bella Vista. In fact, I don't think any other city does. And so if there's any desire to work with the CAC, then what you're going to have to do is there's going to have to be a contract with that entity to provide some sort of deliverable service to citizens of Bella Vista in exchange for some sort of funding. And so that would need to be in place. And then whatever money was negotiated or was found to be appropriate by the council would be consideration for those services in a contract for a defined period of time, and that would clear the legal hurdles. So can you just cut a check to them? No. Is there a way to get funding to them through a process and through appropriate relationships to cover legal boundaries? Yes, there is.
Thank you.
Shay?
And just as a reminder for everyone in the room, who has the power to enter into contracts on behalf of the city?
Well, the mayor does, but depending on the amount of money, with the approval of the council.
Travis?
Yeah, I asked staff to send some information to the council. I don't know if it got out. There may have been a problem with the email, but we do provide financial services to several nonprofits because of the agreements. Other cities do it to their Chamber of Commerce without a contract, I believe. But there's a way to make this happen. We pay $90,000 to a nonprofit for trail maintenance. They're only asking for $30,000 to take care of children that have been impacted by crimes. Since our last meeting, I talked to 4 different legal professionals. 2 of them were prosecuting attorneys and 2 of them were attorney ad litem, and they spoke on behalf of, this is not just a critical resource for the children to get on the path of healing, it's also a critical resource to get convictions for the people that committed these crimes against the children. So I support this wholeheartedly from the beginning, now, until the end.
Wendy?
And just a couple of things. For clarification, I believe with the Trails contract, it's a partnership with the POA for up to $90,000 for the services. So we're not just giving the POA $90,000. And we've not hit that threshold, or even the 70, I think it was beforehand. The previous threshold of 70,000, I don't think we were quite there yet either, paying that annually. So there is that. It is different. I did briefly talk to Chief Graves. The city does use these services to help with their cases, but also to not re-traumatize the children who are impacted. I did ask, hey, would you be open if the council did cruise or looked into further, if the money came out of your budget line items, since it's a resource that those officers use more than just the city as a whole. And he was, I wanted to speak for you, sir, seemed agreeable to that being an option as well, if that's something we decide to do in the future going forward.
Travis?
Yeah, just to the trail maintenance argument that you made, this is not just giving them money. In 2024, they handled 31 cases in Bella Vista, and multiple of those cases, or several of those cases, if not the majority of them, had multiple victims. So they provided services for upwards of 50 children here in Bella Vista. So we're not just handing them money. They're providing a service already.
Wendy?
Correct, and I'm saying we start writing a blanket check of $90,000 to the POA. It is a as-needed build-out service that they pay for half, we pay our half, and so it's a maximum of $90,000. So we don't just write a check, as we might not write a check, but have a contract for up to $30,000 with them in the future. It's slightly different, just semantics. Thanks.
Travis?
It is slightly different because it's more important.
Okay, Anna?
Okay, so speaking of more important, so Maddie came up here and talked about a lot of different nonprofits. How do we ensure that we aren't providing, I guess what I would call favoritism, because there's a lot of federal and state cuts that have been made to a lot of really vital programs. And so I would love for the funding to come through to be able to support this, because this is a very important nonprofit. There are also many other very important nonprofits. So the question is, how do we remain fair or neutral to nonprofits? Or do we cut a contract with every nonprofit in the city of Bella Vista? And then number 2, if it's a 1 year for 2026, what happens in 2027, in 2028, in 2029?
Travis?
guess my only answer to that is you could ask the citizens that pick up trash, or you could ask a family member that's been impacted by child abuse, which one's more important to them.
Wendy?
I mean, to that end, also, the individuals who utilize the courtesy van to get to their important medical appointments and get around, that's also very important. So, yes, no one is discounting that the work that CMAC does is incredibly important. I know I personally have children, my children's friends have had EC services. It is incredibly important, but so are the other organizations in our community. They also provide important services, and I know people who might be on dialysis or chemo or have other vital appointments. The courtesy van is their lifeline. That's also very important, so just keep that in mind.
Travis?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sanders, for coming and pointing out all of those nonprofits. I'm an advocate for all nonprofits, but they're not all created equal. And I'm not aware of any of those nonprofits having funding issues right now because we haven't been approached by them. But I understand the argument and I understand your point of view to where do we draw the line. I just can't fathom this one not being funded and this one not providing the services to these children who are victims of crimes. It's just hard for me to wrap my mind around that not existing.
Shane?
I know we've had some questions raised in wanting to review the financials. I just want to remind the council that this is a resolution asking staff to explore the options, to research into what this would look like. That's all this resolution is. It's not allocating any dollars. It's not changing the budget, and inherently, it's not making any real decision other than continuing the investigation.
A motion to approve.
Second.
That was Travis and Shane Newport. Motion to approve the resolution, I should say, to explore options.
Council members Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
No.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-1, so we will continue studying and exploring it and keep council in the loop, obviously, about anything we find out. Next one is a resolution establishing residential and commercial rates for solid waste trash collection in the city.
So moved.
Second.
That was Larry Wilms and Wendy Hughes. Is there any?
Motion was to approve.
Yeah.
Motion to approve.
Is there any discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Council
Motion to
members
approve.
Newport,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Isbell,
Yes.
Hanschel,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. That's the end of our resolutions and ordinances. Some announcements. Next city council work session is 5:30 p.m. Tuesday, January 20, Bella Vista District Court. Next city council regular meeting 6 p.m. Monday, January 26, Bella Vista District Court. Planning Commission work session is canceled. Planning Commission regular meeting 4:30 p.m. or immediately following BCA Monday, January 12th at Bella Vista District Court. Board of Construction Appeals 3 p.m. Tuesday, January 13 if necessary at Fire Station Number 4 Conference Room 1639 Forest Hills Boulevard. So with that, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Bye.